Hi there, it's Natasha, and thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this quick video on how to choose your coach. Now, as the organization has made the decision to sponsor coaching for you, I thought it'd be helpful to give you some perspective and a little bit of advice from my point of view. Now, at Melida Advisors, we describe coaching as a partnership or an alliance between you and your coach. And the intention is to help you on this journey, this process, as you connect your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Another way of looking at it is it connects who you are, what you do, and how you do it or how you show up, right? So it's all about maximizing your potential. But there are three traps that I see people often falling into, and I want to help you avoid those traps. The first trap is I have to work with someone that's been in my shoes. So let's talk about this. Now, working with someone who's been in your role or knows your function inside out, like surely that's a good thing. Well, the answer is yes, if you're going to be working with an advisor or a mentor. However, an advisor and mentor, they draw on their own experiences and expertise. And based on that, they advise you or they guide you on what to do next, maybe even step by step with respect to a specific challenge. On the other hand, coaching is different because a regular conversation, you might end up with advice giving. When you're working with a coach, you're working with that coach to establish a meaningful outcome for each session you have that operates in service of your bigger goals, right? The goals you have for the overall coaching engagement. So you might have a coach working with you because of a specific challenge, and your coach can help you take that holistic view to challenge assumptions, to help you identify solutions. But that's different from telling you what to do step by step. So because of this, my advice is to avoid setting requirements such as a coach has to have been in my function, because coaching is about your growth and your learning. It focuses on the how. Our coaches have corporate experience and they've worked with leaders in various types of organizations. They put you at the center and they'll help you unlock your unique potential. So let's talk now about trap number two. And trap number two is I have to connect with my coach and they have to be like a friend. Well, friends are wonderful. Friends are phenomenal, but friends rarely make good coaches. Why is that? Well, they have an agenda, and typically their agenda is that they want to protect us. They want us or see for us they have an image or a future for us, and they want us to lean into it. And that's their agenda. I'm not talking about manipulation, and it's really coming from a wonderful, warm place as a friend. On the other hand, coaches are objective, right? They're non-judgmental. You can trust your coach to work with you on the most important areas of your life, especially your work life, without giving you advice or pushing you in a direction. You set the agenda when you're working with your coach. Now, when I went through my coach training, one of our instructors told us that she loved when her clients cursed. And we were all like, what do you mean? You liked when your clients cursed or cursed at you? What's up with that? Why would you want that? We thought that was really odd. What she said was, when her clients cursed, it was typically because she was asking them to explore something that they really would rather have shoved under the carpet, something that they knew was incredibly important, but they didn't actually want to face. And so they would curse. So my advice to you here is don't pick the coach who makes you happy. Pick the coach who's going to stretch you, who's going to help you dig into stuff that might be uncomfortable, because there's growth and learning in the discomfort. Our coaches are trained to challenge you in a supportive way that's going to help you achieve your goals. And now for the third trap. Anyone can be a coach. Well, no, I disagree. Not everyone can be a coach. Where am I coming from on this one? You and your potential are too important to leave to someone without experience and expertise as a coach. So let me say a little bit more about that, because even a great sports coach may not make a good executive coach, because sports coaching and executive coaching are related, yes, But executive coaching is not focused on a win-lose scenario. In fact, it's not about beating others either. You may be competitive in your career, but that's different from wanting someone to lose, right? Different perspective. Coaching is about bringing out the very best in you, and creating win-win opportunities. That's the way to think about executive coaching. Our executive coaches have gone through extensive training. We are all committed and required to engage in continuing education. And also, all of the coaches at Melita Advisors are certified. So they've gone through coaching certification and they're accredited through the International Coaching Federation. We all have current accreditation as well, so we don't let it lapse. So as you continue on the path of choosing your executive coach, keep these three things in mind. First, be open to your coach's background. Experience with corporate settings is valuable. Having someone who's been in your shoes or your role, your function, a little bit less so, maybe a lot less so. Second, work with a coach who will help you stretch. Remember, learning and growth happen on that edge of discomfort. So if we're comfortable, we're probably not growing, and you want someone who's going to stretch you, make you a little bit uneasy, right? Third and final point here is make sure your coach is accredited and certified. And with our firm, you don't have to worry about that. We've taken care of that for you. You're going to be working with very experienced, accredited coaches who know the corporate space. So just to wrap things up for you, I want to thank you for the opportunity for us to work with you. This is always exciting to start a new coaching engagement. You're going to be speaking with a couple of our coaches, get to know them a little bit, and then you'll make your choice. I hope you'll take my advice to heart and find a great coach who'll help you on your journey to unlock your full potential. Thanks so much.